Hello. Patience. I want to be a patient man, and I think you should too. Because, at least what I consider to be a strong, strong man, like a real man. It's a really, maybe that's a dumb term, but would be someone who is endlessly, infinitely patient. Because losing patience is basically, I mean, it's losing control. And we should always be control over all of our actions. And so I feel like building patience is incredibly important towards reaching that goal. I mean, at least when I think of like a when I think of a patient man, or like a real man, a man that I respect, I think of someone who, I mean, he doesn't even have patience at that point. You never notice that he doesn't have patience because he never loses it. So you don't think of him as having it at all. He's got full control all the time. He might be insulted, but he doesn't care. He might be teased, but it doesn't matter. Someone might waste some of his time, but he doesn't waste all the rest of his time trying to get back at that person or being annoyed over the thing that happened. And that's the kind of man that I want to be. I am endlessly teased by my siblings and often criticized by my family and my siblings. Often, not always, but often on things, at least that my siblings have no clue regarding. And that's annoying. I mean, it shows, partially at least, a lack of respect. But I could talk endlessly about that. It's not the important part. The important part is I accept that. I can be as annoyed as I want over someone's lack of information or lack of judgment, but it's not like that's going to change anything, and I'm better off not wasting my time on feelings like that. Yeah. It's also dumb to hurt people, specifically, because, well, I mean, for multiple reasons, obviously, but like hurting someone as a part of revenge or any kind of way of getting back at someone is it's really stupid, because it really just shows a lack of control and patience. So you're just pushing your shortcomings onto someone else, and that's, I mean, I would consider that wrong to do. Maybe you have a differing opinion. If I ever feel like I'm losing patience because well, I'm being annoyed, let's say, I center myself, I ground myself, knowing that if I make the right choice right now, I'm being really annoyed, right? People are being annoying around me. I'm being annoyed. It's a general statement, but I think you can put this to most things. I ground myself, knowing that if I make the right choice now, in this moment, because this is the way that I feel annoyed. If I make the choice right now, I will grow from that. I'm being annoyed, and that is just me being pushed towards growth in this sense. I can gain more patience if I make the right choice in this quick time event of life. um, so obviously, I don't always make the right choice. And I do feel ashamed over that, but I mean, 4 steps forward, 1 step back is still 3 steps forward. So I keep going. So let's go back to my siblings again. I'm not obsessed over it. I promise. Let's say I'm being teased, criticized, and all around not treated well. I've been increasing my patience. I've been getting more patient by accepting that those aren't things that I can necessarily change. People are different, and people change, obviously, but they are the way they are right now, and that is not something I can change. And if I accept that, if I accept this feeling of being uncomfortable in that sense, I in turn become more comfortable. I accept that no matter how many times I explain something that I feel should be obvious to someone, and they won't understand because I've done it so many times before and they didn't understand then. I can try something different, but why waste my time when, why waste my time on one person when I can do other things that affect thousands, hundreds, thousands, millions of people in a better way if I spend that time more wisely. As an example, at least I hope that I'm teaching good things to people on this channel, and I would much more rather spend my time making a YouTube video teaching people than explaining something to one person and they would probably not understand it anyways. As an example. I mean, that's a bit outside of the patience thing, but that's to put more of a productive twist on it, I guess. Another part that I have realized recently, and this is a pretty big one, is that I've been talking about confidence, right? A fair bit about it, and I have often, what's the word I used? Mixed up confidence with, I guess, incessant talking. Because, well, stereotypically, generally confident people are often talking a lot. So I guess it was easy to make that connection, but it's not really true. And I've been wasting a lot of my time and efforts speaking when I shouldn't. And this goes back to patience. I am trying to speak less and listen more. I mean, you probably heard this one before. We have 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth for a reason. We don't just listen with our ears, we listen with our eyes too, body language. Um, and so, instead of wasting my effort speaking when I don't need to, I only speak when I need to, or I try to, and I'm quiet otherwise. I hate being misunderstood. It's something I've always had in my life. Misunderstandings everywhere. And, well, if you don't speak, they don't have anything to misunderstand. And if you truly need to say something, then, well, you've already had a lot of time to think without speaking, so it should hopefully be a lot more, I guess, correct, less misunderstandable. Yeah. I mean, thinking about patience as a character trait that I need to build. And, well, meditation has been a stat I've been leveling up. It's got a little bit too gamey than I expected, but still, meditation affects so many things, and being aware of your thoughts through meditation is, it's so valuable. I become so much more aware of how I feel about the way that things are going, and the things that people say, and the way I think about these things. And, this allows me to control the way I react to those things. Meditation really is amazing. At least I think. I mean, it's probably not just meditation, but it does so much. So I mean, there's no point in not saying anything good about it. Alright. Hopefully, I gave you some kind of inspiration, or I guess a direction to move in. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Take care. And, Did you make that YouTube channel yet? You probably should. But let's not be repeating here. Let's say you should... Ooh, if you aren't, start using floss. My dental hygiene has been increasing. Improving. My dental hygiene has improved a lot since I started flossing. No, we're not just talking about the cringe dance move. Dental hygiene is important, so you should care about it. And yeah. My God, what am I doing? Alright. Fuck. Take care.